Welcome, Your Honor, to Egypt.
Thank you.
What is the purpose of your visit?
Well, the purpose of the visit is to learn from Egypt, especially how they've digitalized the Ministry of Education and their schools as a whole. Something that is modern, because, the COVID pandemic taught us a lot of things.
Yeah.
That digitalization is not just something that should be, scoffed about. It's a necessity.
Yeah.
And if you want education to be quality, that's the way to go. So that's the only reason why we are coming, because we've noticed that our colleagues in Egypt, they've gone very far in terms of trying to digitalize the education system.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are the aspects that you have seen before visiting Egypt that you have seen that we have gone so far, and that's why you decided to come and learn about it?
I think through the World Food Program and the SADC, we noticed that much as we're grappling with the issue of quality education, which meant that the modern way of going about it is to make sure that they're all computerized and so on. We noticed that Egypt had gone very far, because they themselves, other than just realizing that the digitalization was important, they've implemented a lot of aspects of their education system and made sure that almost all schools are digitalized, and they've done it through so many areas, not just providing computers, but in interconnectivity. They've also looked at the curriculum, which is modernized and infused issues of computers and digitalization into that. So we thought that is a very good learning curve for our country.
Yeah. We all have more or less the same challenges. Egypt, Zambia, Namibia, everyone in the African continent, more or less the same challenges. Maybe some people would think if we have challenges related to the number of teachers, we don't have enough teachers, or we don't have enough trained teachers, we don't have enough classrooms, why go to the digitalization? It's so costly, and maybe we don't need it now.
No, we absolutely need it. It doesn't matter whether you don't have all these that are necessary for the education system, but it's costly, I know. But it depends also what kind of education you want to see that should prevail in any country. So to a level where, yes, we all have factors that look the same. They are interchangeable in terms of we don't have enough teachers, we don't have enough computers, it's all this. But you see, at the end of the day, there's a way of beginning. You have to have a start, and those other things will come in place. So for me, I think the way Egypt has gone to a level where, notwithstanding that they have all those shortcomings, but they've gone into the issue of digitalization, it comes first, and the other things will come in. And
the digitalization maybe would be a part of the solution for all those problems. It is
a part of the solution, because, notwithstanding the fact that you don't have enough teachers, but the gap then is filled because you computerize the system. And at the end of the day, if you are not able to have every child in school being taught by the teachers, we've been told they can be at home and still be able to do that, because the system is computerized. It stems from the homestead right into schools. So even when a child is sick, we shouldn't get worried that he will miss out on classes, because he's still be in hospital or at home, but still following the system, because it's been interconnected and it's digitalized.
What is the one tool that you have known or learned this morning in the summit, and that you really like to have in your country?
Oh, it's a lot. First of all, I think we have to learn one thing. If our country, like any other African country, is going to move into the direction which Egypt has moved, there has to be a proper political will to do that. Otherwise, it cannot work. So it stems from what is the government's position. What do they want to see?
The
strategy. Are they also willing to spend and be able to move in that direction? Because if that political will from the beginning is not there, all these things we've learned here will never work. So what we've noticed, and which I also totally agree with, it's what is the government saying. And that's exactly what Egypt has done. First of all, they believe that quality education goes with the pronouncements that are made by the government. And if pronouncements are made, financial capacity also will be given. But also what is important, because you are moving ahead, cooperating partners will come on board, because they're seeing you as an example that you are willing to do what you believe is good for your country and the children. So for me, what I've noticed with Egypt is the determination to do it. First of all, they are determined. They have resolved that this is the way to go. They are not going backwards. They've just decided whether we like it or not, this is what is going to be good. If we want quality education, if we want education for all children, that is all inclusive. And I've noticed that they didn't have to wait until they have all the teachers.
Yeah.
Neither did they have to wait until they find that they have enough money. But they've taught us that it can be done in stages. And in any case, they've involved also partners, the public sector, something that doesn't happen in our countries, that they've won the hearts of the public sector, who don't, in most cases, who have the money, but it's how they've convinced them that this is important, because in any case, if education is developed, the country will develop.
Yes.
شوف الحلقة كاملة من خلال تطبيق مدرستنا بلس. مدرستنا، مستقبل يبدأ الآن.